Brim to the limb, I never stop. Catch me at opposite deck game. I'm with the best, rips in the jets. If you don't understand, let me explain. I ain't never see a color, still free gutter, it's only my brother. And
What's up? Welcome to RapClout Official Interview. It's your boy Art. We got a very special guest in the building, Mauley G. What's up, my brother? How you?
On B. What's up, my boy? Gucci.
Man, I'm good, man. We got to take it back. This is obviously a new audience, new people. Let us know where you from. Well, cause you from Brooklyn, obviously. Which part of Brooklyn did you grow up in?
I grew up in East Flatbush, the 90s to be exact, 93rd Church Ave. Feel me? Spent a lot of my time, early childhood in Brownsville and shit like that. Feel me? Started going around, hanging out in Canarsie when I started playing sports, like around the age of like 12, 13. And shit. So I got a little bit of everything. I got East Flatbush, Brownsville, Canarsie, got all that in me.
What's life like growing up like that? Growing up in that environment?
I mean, life was at an early age. Life was all right. Life was what we made it. You feel me? We did what we did. We had fun how we wanted. You feel me? But it wasn't until like middle school when shit started getting treacherous. Like niggas start robbing niggas for their sidekicks, they G-Shocks. So that's when I start like, I bet now I gotta start working with weapons and shit like knives and shit. I ain't letting niggas rob me. So, dog eat dog world.
So your introduction to the streets was basically like a survival tactic for you?
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's basically how I got into the streets. Because like I said, growing up where I grew up, it was treacherous. Like around the age 11, 12, like niggas is running down. Like, for me, so it's either you get with it or get lost, respectfully.
How did that change your childhood? Did that force you to grow up early? You feel like looking back at it?
Not really too much. I think it really just fought with a nigga like trust issues. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a lot of the shit that I seen going on was like through niggas' homies. You feel me? Like niggas was getting backdoor by their homies. You feel me? So it's like that shit fought with a nigga trust issues.
That's it. That can't be it though. Like looking back as an older person, I'm sure you kind of reflect on it. You sit back and you like, there's certain shit that kids go through. You probably didn't get the chance to do that as a kid. Do you regret any of those decisions, or everything happened for a reason? You feel like
you can get more specific. Like what you mean?
Like for example, I know my situation probably wasn't as similar to yours, but I grew up in a neighborhood that it's a black neighborhood, problematic shit happening. It was some things that the other kids were doing when I went to like middle school, and I got to meet other people, and I see that they got to like go skating or just simple shit, and I'm like, damn, I didn't get to do none of that because I had to be a man. I had to hold my own, or I get bullied.
More time, like you see, for me, like my childhood growing up and shit, like I really fought with like sports and shit. So the only time like shit got like that for me, like when I'm on some like treacherous time and like is either like more time like summertime. You feel me? Like when I'm not in school or not in sports. You feel me? Now it ain't nothing to do. You feel me? So we all outside and shit. You feel me? So it was like I still had a childhood. You feel me? Like I went and did a lot of things. You feel me? Like I ain't gonna sit here and say it was treacherous for me as a kid where I couldn't be a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's just
so it didn't affect your growing up. It
didn't really get to. When I say shit really got to me, it was like high school, like that when I was a little more growing up. You feel me?
Is that when? Because I heard you were locked up before. Was that around the high school time?
Yeah.
Talk about that experience,
man. First time I got locked up, I was like 16. Yeah, that was like my junior year in high school.
Was that when you realized like, yeah, all right, this is it.
Nah. The first time, not at all. It wasn't until it was like I was in Syria. Like I had a couple times. You feel me? Couple times. It took me a couple times to get it.
What did you learn while being locked up? What did that teach you?
I ain't really never do no bid like crazy long bid like that. You feel me? But just like the loss of my freedom, just like you feel me, being able to do what I want, how I want to, whenever I want to. You feel me? Shit like that. Like, it's just really the freedom, like loss of freedom. You feel me?
I think that's an important lesson. Let's fast forward then. 2019, you put out for the gang um,
So
a remix with arguably some people might say one of the best out of Chicago. It was you and a couple other homies and G Herbo.
yeah,
How did that
yeah.
feature come about?
Say that you said how the feature came about.
Yes, sir.
The feature came about, just a little bit of networking. You feel me? A little behind the scene networking with the team of people I had around me. You feel me? Shit like that. And then him really fucking with the shit like, all right, this shit go. This shit got a bop. Like, you feel me? The original was doing its own thing. I had a 1.6 million in a month. So it wasn't like I was a slouch. You feel me? I brought shit to the table. So everything just made sense.
Yeah, he didn't give you a trash verse, which was like you right when you say he really was fucking with you because he get that was a dope verse he laid down.
Oh, like, you better come correct. You fuck around and get left. Like, ain't know how I bubbled all these beats. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? I think it's like by default, you got to come correct or you going to get left. Simple.
What do you think your relationship now is with her? Do you keep in contact with him? Do you have any form of
Nah. I mean,
relationship?
I ain't really, like a lot of people look at that like as a personal thing, like a personal, relationship, and more was like a business move. You feel me? So we did what we did, and that's what it is. You feel me? I ain't really speak to him. I ain't speak to him since that situation. It is what it
Okay.
is.
So I wanna talk about something, and I know you're probably tired of talking about it, but you departed from 1090, um, and I just want to know what's your reaction when you hear people saying that you wouldn't be the artist that you are today without them.
I mean, if you knew better, then you do better. You feel me? That's just lack of knowledge. You feel me? They really don't know my history. They really don't know. You feel me? How certain things come about. But like for the gang itself, Word of My Granny, and a few other tracks. You feel me? I already had recorded before I even met anybody in 1090. You feel me? So the
So it
same
wasn't like
songs
a
that made
record.
me, you feel me, that went crazy was already, you feel me? I already had those. So
So you already had your own buzz. You already had your own name before any relationship with them.
for sure.
Facts. But to clarify, right? It wasn't no record deal, no record label relationship. It was just like help. Like, was that what it was?
It was a management.
Okay.
I
Okay.
had signed a management contract with them.
Okay. So now you're with OMB. I want you to explain that. Like, is that the same thing as the 1090? Is that a
Nah, yeah,
management?
that's one thing I would have clear up because I like a lot of people like to do that. They like to compare the two situations. You feel me? That was management. That was business. He was on paperwork. On B, that's my brothers. That's my family. Ain't no paperwork here. You feel me? So that's the main difference. It's really my brothers. You understand?
Explain what MOB means.
On B stands for only my brothers. You feel me? So it's just us, respectfully.
Only my brothers OMB. Okay, that makes sense. Are you looking to sign to any deal right now? Are you looking to sign a deal? Are you independent currently?
Right now I'm independent. I'm independent. I ain't got no management. I ain't signing no distribution, no major, no nothing. Everything is just me. Mauley G doing what he do. Future
Damn, you
plans.
you doing all that by yourself, man. You hot. You hot
Yeah. I'm
out
doing
here doing all
everything
that
what
by
I do
yourself.
right now by myself. Feel me? No management, no nothing. Feel me? Respectfully. Pay for my own videos, own studio time, everything. So the main goal right now is I'm making money off my music right now. You feel me?
Mm.
More than I ever did, even when I was with my past situation. Even people might think I was more viral or more clout, like people like to use. You feel me? I'm making more money now than I did then. You understand? So you feel me? If they talk to me where it makes sense, I sign with a major. But right now, I ain't tweaking. I ain't tweaking over staying independent.
One more question off that situation. I'm gonna bounce off. Do you look back and think about any regrets from having that management behind you, or is that a learning lesson in your story?
Yeah, I would say more of anything, it's like I just learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Eye opener. You
What
know
were
what I'm
some
saying?
things you learned?
I learned a lot about hidden agendas.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That was one thing that a lot of people ain't as genuine as they present themselves to be. You feel me? You got to stay true to yourself, stay true to your roots. Respectfully, that's what I learned the most.
Mm. Now tell me what makes you different from a lot of New York, Brooklyn specific rappers? Like what makes you unique?
I don't know. I think more time is like versatility. You feel me?
Mm.
I feel like I'm not a one trick pony. You
I
understand?
hear that.
I
That's a
got one
fact.
thing that just works for me. You understand? So I just come off different than like a lot of people where it's just like they got one thing that really just stands out about them. Like, all right, that's the reason why he's this good or he that good or why his shit going. You feel me? So I feel like that's why the versatility.
I like that you said that because I want to ask, being such a vet, because I consider you a vet. You've been doing this for a long time. Uh, you've gathered a lot of respect from a lot of people. Like being respected in what you do. Who do you feel like are some of the top, Brooklyn rappers out right now?
We're gonna start off with my camp.
I knew you was gonna say the gang.
Gang, JD, Sav, Cabo, you feel me? The whole gang. We're gonna come like that. Then, shout out to my Cortland niggas though, in the Bronx. Feel me? You got Shy K, Stacks and them. Feel me? I fuck with my boy Shy K. Shout out to Shy K. He go crazy. If you don't know Shy K, get in tune with my boy. He go real crazy right now. You feel me? Who else? I fuck with my boy Juicy Giuliano from the Nah. I fuck with him heavy. And who else? Who else go crazy? I mean, the whole city go crazy. You feel me? The whole city go crazy. I fuck with a lot of niggas. I fuck with a lot of artists that's coming up, doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, fuck with those artists right there. I just want to
Yeah,
shout
man.
them out.
That's a positive thing to say. Another positive thing that I was excited for, and I'm sure everyone in the culture was excited for.
Oh, my fault not to cut you in. Shout out my boy Mercy Porter from the floors, from the '80s, gangster. He nice, he young, he upcoming, he real nice. Look out for my boy. Me and him got some shit on the way. Mercy, shout out my boy Mercy Porter. Yeah, whoa.
Facts. I was gonna say something that I was excited for, and I'm sure everyone in the culture was excited, and just New York as a whole was excited for it. Rowdy came home. What was your reaction? What was your reaction when that day finally came?
Go crazy. I already know boy was gonna go crazy. Like, go crazy. Everything digital. Go crazy. Like, that's it. Nothing else to it. It's Rowdy. Like, Rowdy. What else?
I know you woo, right? Does that have any relationship with him, the GS9 camp?
We from the same neighborhood. Like I said, I was born and raised in the Nine. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of the time that he was locked up, you feel me? I spent time with his father. You feel me? Shout out Jaime. You feel me? Shout out to his pop and shit. Me and him. I've known his father since I was about 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? So me and Roddy, we spoke about 2-3 times on the phone while he was incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't got too much of a personal relationship. Like, we spoke over the phone while he was in jail and shit. But like I said, it's closer than he probably even realized for like 10 plus years now. I said, like, me and his father have a real close relationship because we're from the same community.
What kind of advice does his father offer to you, if any?
Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. A story I gotta tell people. When I first started not really rapping, but like fucking around in the basement, my uncle's basement, which is where I used to where I started smoking weed and hanging out and doing all that crazy shit. Like, I started fucking around. That's where I met Rowdy's father and shit. And at that time, he was actually one of the first people to tell me, like, yo, like when I was like 16, like I'm just geeking, like saying random shit on the track and shit. He telling me like, yo, you gonna go one day, gangster. So it's like, that's just one crazy story, like, of advice that he told me. Like, he was one of the first people, like, to tell me, like, yo, you got it. Like, one day, kid, this rap shit is it. And I wasn't even, feel me? taking that shit no serious, but I still remember that. I still remember that to this day, that he was one of the first people to tell me that.
Have you ever said that to Rowdy? Like, have you ever told him that, yo?
Nah, I've never. He don't know about that.
Pops is the one that. Oh, he gonna know now. Hopefully, he gonna know now. The world gonna know now. That's dope, man. So, like, what was your conversations like with him while he was locked up? You said you had a couple conversations. If you could share, what were some things that y'all talked about?
It was just little brief conversations. Like, one was a little introduction, you know, for me. And then I remember one time he was actually freestyling, like, "Yo, let me hear some shit." Like, here's some shit, right? Like, you still got it, you tweaking, he start going crazy. That's when I already knew, like, yeah, when bro come home, it's over. Like, he started going crazy. Like, I forgot he had some shit. He's like, "How you gonna rob all the robbers? How you gonna kill all the killers? How you gonna?" He was just going crazy. I'm like, "Oh nah, Roddy got some shit." He was tweaking on that shit. Word, but
I'm glad you brought that up. Let's stay right here, because I want to ask you, his new song that just dropped with Flex. How did you feel about that song?
That shit go crazy. I've been saying, like, that shit is growing
come on,
me.
Mauley. We can't do that. We gotta be honest.
I'm serious. Listen, look. I've been saying, you ain't even let me finish. It's been something that's been growing on me. Like, the more I listen to it, I don't know. I just fall. It's just a certain bop to it. It's like he building a new lane, and like whenever you do that at first, you get a lot of, you feel me, criticism, or you might get a little different type of feedback. But I don't know. I just it's just growing on me. The more I listen to that Reroute song, like, it's no cap. You guys, anybody around me, like, I listen to that song probably like 10, 15 times a day. Respectfully, like, I'm not even, that's no bullshit.
You don't think he's trying too hard to fit into the new, to fit to the trend that he came home to, like the new hot trend that is right now? He's trying, when he could just remain who he was, because they kind of have a huge influence in the cats that are rapping right now, the way that they're rapping. So I feel like if he would have just stayed true to the Rowdy that we knew before he went in, he would have been smooth. I didn't like the record for that reason. I didn't like.
Nah, I mean, I think it's still Rowdy. Rowdy is still.
He still got bars,
there, like,
for sure. There's still
like,
bars in there.
My bag, Sashay. Don't get me mad, Fashay.
I said, yeah,
I make a movie. Front the Barkley, like, that's right, like, Rowdy, like,
yeah.
Come on now, that's still Rowdy. So, like, you gotta really listen, like, you feel me? The delivery or the way how he might come off might be a little different. You feel me? But that's just with him getting back into the groove of things. You feel me? He been gone for a little while, so he just, you know what I'm saying, let him find himself. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like he's not being true to himself, and I still feel like that's Rowdy. You feel me? Yeah. It's just getting back into the nick of things. You understand? He be all right. Rowdy be all right. He be all right. He's straight. That shit fire. Reroute, fire. I fuck with it. All right, and that's no bullshit. I stand on that. That shit fire.
I'm gonna keep listening to it, man. I'm gonna keep listening.
I'm telling you, it's gonna grow. I'm telling you. Remember this day. Remember this interview is growing. It's one of those things that grow on you. Like, 1 minute it was here, and the next minute it's there, and you like, how the fuck we get here? I'm telling you, it's one of those.
Let's talk about your music. Like, let's talk about your music. You got a song dropping. Well, when this interview drops tomorrow, the song's already gonna be out. Let's talk about that record. What's that record about?
Yeah. I got Burial dropping at midnight. You feel me? January 26th. For me, whenever the interview drop, y'all see this. It's gonna be out. That's me and my boy Crashy. We'll free my boy Crashy. You feel me? We linked up, like, I think we did that track. We recorded that record last year in the summertime. We held it for a little while, and this is like this is one thing I want to get on, is like, a lot of the time I do songs with my brothers or people that I know I'm close to, and it's like, I won't be too urgent to get it done out the way, because I know that's, you know, like, we could get that done whenever. You feel me? And long story short, the song got held, and it was supposed to been drop, and videos I drop, and certain things, you know, happen, and bro going through what he going through now. You feel me? But we gonna get it right. We already know, once bro get his situation right, he'll bail whatever, he'll be home the same day. Shit ain't about nothing. But Burial, that's me and him going back and forth. It's no hook, just straight bars for about 2 minutes. And I said some shit in there. I ain't gonna get y'all too much, but I said some shit in there. The people they gonna react to that one.
I'm excited for it, man. You got bars. Like, I listened to you, and I know I asked you earlier what separate you from a lot of artists another Brooklyn artist. You got bars. A lot of people just be saying stuff over the beat, right? You can tell when niggas really be saying stuff, like, you know what I mean?
Respectfully, yeah, respectfully.
You know, and back to the Roddy conversation, not to discredit. That's why I was so hard on critiquing him, because he is one of those brothers that have bars. He still do. He still got bars. So I'm excited for that song. And I know you had talks way back about putting out an EP. Is that still coming?
Yeah, we got the EP on the way for sure. Like me being freed of my contract, freed of my management, everything now. I got everything like in my control. You understand? So it's no setbacks, no more. You feel me? That shit. I have a date, but I don't want to give out the date until everything is officially done. Like the songs, everything is picked out for the EP. I just gotta go in there and touch up like a verse or two. You understand? And it's ready to go. But definitely by March. I'm not gonna give you a specific date yet, but by March Madness. Think about March Madness. Control Madness will be out.
Mauley Madness.
Control Madness, the EP. There's gonna be a lot of madness going on in that month in that month of March. So stay tuned. A lot of madness.
Nah, facts. Yeah, because people be itching for some new Mauley, man. Like I never read under artists' Instagram comments where everybody is like, yo, stop teasing with the snippets. We need the record. We need the record.
Yo, that wasn't me, man. Let me address that to the people, man. Yo, the snippet thing wasn't me, man. Listen, fuck all that shit, man. We're gonna get right 2021. You hear me? Ain't no more. I dropped a snippet, the song gonna come. You gonna get the song. You feel me? We gonna get it all. All that shit, 2020. It's all on the EP. You feel me? All that shit I was sneak peeking. I took a couple snippets down because they made the EP and I ain't want to just have it lingering. You feel me? But we here. I'm telling you, I promise you. I already got the deluxe too. So everything is, I got about like maybe 3-4 tapes I could drop right now. Like if I wanted to just release, I could drop four tapes easily. You know what I'm saying? So we good. And I promise y'all, 2021, going crazy from March forward, straight madness. No cap.
Let's go. So the record is out right now. Well, right now when you all will be listening to this interview, the record is out right now.
It will definitely be out.
Make sure y'all go tune into that.
Mauley G, Crashy Woo. We went crazy on there. I took my shit on there. I dressed a few things on there.
So is there a video coming for that? That'll be a hard video, just back and forth.
Hey, free Crashy, man. We're gonna figure it out though. I'm gonna talk to my boy. Me and Crashy will be talking. I'm gonna see how his situation looking.
They might figure something out. I'm excited for that.
Might figure something out. We can still do it with
bro.
Without him.
We need that video, so we gonna pray for bro. You know what I mean? He gonna handle his situation. We need that video.
Get a couple free Crashy Woo t-shirts, sweatsuits, and just go crazy. Just go crazy for bro one time.
Let's make that happen. Again, y'all go stream the song out right now. The EP is coming out in March. Y'all stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a lot of madness, like you heard it. It's nothing else but madness in March. Anything else you want to let the people know before we get out of here, my brother?
And tell all the ops suck my dick and die today. The own B-way, bitch.